Hey y'all, I hope you're all staying safe and healthy right now. I just want to go ahead and apologize for any background noise you hear. My neighbors seem to be having some sort of pandemic party. So yeah, if you hear something, that's what that is. So anyway, here's the Q&A I promised you guys. So let's get right to it. What made you choose to become an ASMR artist / voice actor? That's a really good question. It was actually one that I spent a long time thinking about, even before anyone asked me for this. The short version is that y'all are witnessing a massive quarter-life crisis. Hooray. The longer version is that since I was a teenager, I built my entire life around certain plans for my future. And then last year, those plans basically just completely blew up in my face. So then I spent like a year sad and kind of going, well, what now? So I decided to try some new things, like things I'd always thought about doing, but just never got the nerve to do it. It was just kind of like, well, I mean, the worst that could happen is already happened. All my hopes and dreams are dead, and I'll just try some new ones, I guess. That sounded really depressing. Sorry if anybody was here to be cheered up or anything. I promise it'll pick up after this. A lot of my personality is kind of doom and gloom, but not 100% of it, I promise. So, yeah, identity crisis, and went, I could try something new, why not? Do you watch other ASMR artists / voice actors? If so, who's your favorite? Yes, I watch tons of them. That's how I found out that this was a thing. There's pretty much a really long list if y'all ever want to hear me like compile all the ones that I like. Just let me know. I've got a few of them over on my featured channels on my page, but trust me, there's a whole lot more than that. But yeah, I figure y'all don't want to hear that like all day. We'd be here a while. Now my favorite is Dark and Twisted Whisper, hands down. If you've never checked out Dark and Twisted Whisper's channel, like, I don't know what you're waiting for, go, do it, like, now. You will not be disappointed, trust me. Who are your biggest inspirations? Y'all might be able to guess after that last answer what one of them is, but Dark and Twisted Whisper, at this point I feel like I need to be like hashtag not sponsored. Then I guess after that it would be less of a who and more of a what question. But yeah, I've been into like fan fiction and pretty much anything horror since I was a preteen. And I think that's kind of where a lot of the influence comes from for me. Like, if you haven't checked out the original Dark Shadows series from the 1960s and 70s, do it. The whole series is on Amazon Prime. Just go watch it while you're in quarantine. There's like over 1,000 episodes because it was a soap opera, so yeah, check it out. But yeah, you'll see definite influences on the stuff I put on my channel. Do you sit down trying to come up with video ideas, or do they just come to you out of nowhere? For me, it's actually kind of both. I know that's not really an exact answer, but I do have like a list of ideas I would like to do sometime, that sometimes I will just sit there and just work on the list. On the other hand, sometimes I'll just be sitting there doing something and something will pop up in my head and I'll be like, that'd be a cool idea for a video. I've been writing stories since I think I was in elementary school, somewhere around there. So I'm kind of used to that, and sometimes, like I said, it'll just pop up in my head. It's like, ooh, I need to write that. It's been that way as long as I can remember. Do you do your voice acting in one take and leave it as is, or do you edit any mistakes? I definitely edit mistakes. You might not be able to tell from the videos, but I do have a little bit of a stutter that I am prone to editing out. It normally only comes out when I'm tired, but a lot of times I'll record videos really late at night or really early in the morning to avoid a bunch of background noise like you're probably hearing right now. So yeah, I'm usually tired and I'm clumsy. Without editing, y'all would be hearing me bang my microphone around like all the time. So definitely a lot of editing. And some of it's kind of doing it as I go too, because I use Audacity and that's really easy to do that there. Just, oops, I messed up, just hit the undo button and re-record. What microphone do you use? Like 99.9% of people who do this, I'm using the Blue Yeti. Hopefully it works pretty well. It's been really easy to use too, so if anybody's looking to get a microphone, I would recommend this one. You can just basically plug it in and go. Have you ever been in choir or taken voice lessons? Kind of, not really. I mean, I've been like in church choirs before, or in the choir during a school play, but like nothing that I had to audition for or anything. I definitely haven't had voice lessons either. Oh yeah, and about the school plays, it's a good thing I didn't have to audition, because if I was singing on camera, it'd be like a mass unsubscribe to this channel. Trust me. Forcing someone to listen to my singing is probably against the Geneva Convention. Unfortunately, like the church children's choir couldn't be picky. It's a shame, really. How do you find the balance between work/school, your social life, and ASMR? Well, I mean, at the moment it's not really hard, because with everything going on, I am literally doing all of that at home, and I didn't have a social life anyway, so, you know. But yeah, when things are normal, I guess, it usually just kind of involves scheduling. A lot of times I'll record several audios all together so that it kind of helps with the scheduling. And then like my job, it's something that's literally done all online, so it was kind of easy to incorporate that. I was lucky on that front. And for real though, I'm an extremely introverted person, so I've never really had much of a social life. I know like right now with the quarantine, part of me is like, oh no, I can't go out. Not that I would normally go out anyway, it's just, you know, the feeling now. Would you ever consider expanding further into ASMR since you've hit a small but fulfilling milestone? The short answer is yes. The slightly longer version is, yeah, it is something that I would like to be able to do more of as time goes on. Like, I mean, I think it'd be really cool if I could ever do this full time. I have a feeling if that ever comes, that's going to be a long ways off, though. I've also got some ideas for some kind of different videos than what I've done before. So maybe like something a little bit strange here and there. But yeah, I definitely would. Can we get a part 2 of Snuggles and a part 2 of the Yandere werewolf? Yes, definitely. Actually, one of them will be going up this Friday, and the other one has a sequel written. It hasn't been recorded yet, but it should be up in a few weeks. So yeah, 100% sure, yes, it will happen. Will any videos be getting a part 2 or series out of them? At the moment, actually, all of the videos on my channel, I'm planning on them having at least a second part. Maybe more than that if people like them, so yeah. Anything that's up on my channel right now is up for fair game for a sequel or a series. It'll definitely have a sequel, but maybe even a series depending on how people like it. What new videos do you have for the future? I have several sequels lined up. Some of y'all might be happy to hear I've got a couple more Yanderes lined up too. Next week we'll have the first guest script, I guess you could say. that someone sent me, and also the first, I guess you'd say request, commission, however you want to say it, coming up next week too. But yeah, I got a couple more yanderes coming, more monster girls. Got some ideas for some more traditional ones. Maybe y'all will like them, I hope so. So there should be a wide variety in the future. If you don't like one video, maybe you'll like the next one. At least that's what I hope anyway. Your favorite character to play as? So far it's actually been the devil. I don't know if y'all can tell from the audio, but I really enjoyed playing the devil. I'm trying to figure out some more reasons the devil might show up in some later videos. I've got a couple of ideas, but I really want to play her again. Favorite kind of potato chip? Kettle cooked chips that are plain and salty, just like me. How old are you? Yes, so the next question, I'm just kidding. According to my YouTube analytics, I'm a good bit older than most of y'all, so hopefully it's not too much of a shock. Also, from what I understand, I'm a good bit older than a lot of other people who have channels like mine. But yeah, I'm 29 years old. Are you single? AF. Forever alone. So unless Zevron Aranai counts, I'm single. What is your favorite color? Kind of depends on my mood, but it's usually either kind of a pastel blue or a dark purple. What is your favorite song, music genre? My favorite song for a long time, I think pretty much since it came out, was Time Is Running Out by Muse. Then, like, now the close runner-up is Pork Soda by Glass Animals. With music genre, it's kind of hard to say. I pretty much like anything other than country music. I guess the one that I listen to most often would definitely be alternative rock, but I also listen to hard rock on a regular basis. I enjoy going to the opera. I'm not usually too picky. Like I said, the only one I'm kind of meh on is country music. Have you ever vaped or smoked cigarettes? Actually, no. Like, ever, not even once. I kind of feel like my voice sounds like I do, but yeah, I have asthma, so even as a teenager, I was like, yeah, if I try that, I'll just end up in the hospital. Yeah, I've actually had to use my inhaler because I was around someone who had smoked and they were still wearing the same clothes. So it always seemed like a bad idea for me to try it. Do you plan on doing a face reveal and when? At the moment, no. I just have this feeling that if you all saw my face, you would just be disappointed. Mass unsubscribe. I'm also kind of an insecure person, so, I mean, face reveal with a bag over my head or something. And I also know from personal experience, some people that I watch their YouTube videos did a face reveal, and it was just like, oh, well, the magic is gone now. So I kind of have a fear of that happening too. Hopefully there's a little bit of magic, mystery, since you haven't seen my face. And then you can't be disappointed, because you would be if you saw my face. But if I do one, it probably wouldn't be for a while. That way there's plenty of people to mass unsubscribe while I sit at home and cry. Your choice team for a 5 versus 5 basketball pickup game. Okay. Guts, Casca, L, Zero, and Akira versus Kotetsu, Barnaby, Speedwagon, Train, and Boris. There's no rhyme or reason to this. I just think it would be entertaining. I don't even know who I'm rooting for. I just want to watch this happen. What's your favorite yandere character from any anime? This is another one where I could talk about this all day. I really enjoy yandere characters. So yeah, if y'all ever want to hear more about different characters I like, just let me know. I could talk about this for a long time. So for this question, this is probably not probably not a common choice. It might seem a little weird, but my favorite yandere character would probably be Ryo. I know he doesn't necessarily on the surface look like one, and he can be more or less of one depending on which version of the story we're talking about. But I guess without spoiling too much, everything that happens basically was because he was in love with Akira. I think it counts. But yeah, if you haven't watched Devilman Crybaby or read the Devilman comic, go do it. It's one of my favorites, ever. And Ryo is one of those characters that he's just it's not just a favorite yandere, he's one of my favorite characters. I think he's a very well written character. And that's one downside to the Devilman Grimoire comic series. Part of it was leaving him out of it, and I kind of feel like the story suffers for it. I mean, dang it, you left out the most interesting character in the series. Do you watch My Hero Academia? I haven't yet, but it's way up there on my list of series I need to watch. I've had school getting in the way. I mean, I guess right now would probably be a good time to start watching it. I actually have the first volume of manga sitting right beside me that I've been meaning to read. So yeah, I haven't yet, but I plan to. I mean, I heard one of the influences on it was Tiger and Bunny, and Tiger and Bunny is another one of my all-time favorite series. So yeah, I plan to, even though I haven't yet. If yes, would you ever make videos about it? I know I just said the answer was no, but I do plan to, so I'd probably see if something inspired me. It sounds like it's got plenty there, that there's probably something, so I can't say 100% for sure, but I think there's a good chance of it. Cheeky breaky. I hope we're happy now. Now on to a few questions for some characters on the channel. Is your mate still locked up in that basement you mentioned? Yes, very much so. Or have they been in enough escape rooms to know how to break free? That's adorable that you think that would help them. And even if it did, I don't think they're getting very far. Just FYI. Favorite candy? Tabasco spicy dark chocolate wedges. Can't imagine it's a common favorite. But what can I say? I think I've earned my right to unironically post under Not Like Other Girls. What's my favorite word? Well, I mean, I thought it was obvious. It was puckish. You know, like me. I guess if I had to choose something other than that, maybe Germaine, because you sound smart and kind of fancy when you say Germaine. You should try it in a conversation sometime, like, I'm not sure this is Germaine, but, people think you're smart when you say it. Okay, so I think I got everybody's question. If I missed your question, I'm so sorry. I didn't mean to. Just let me know. I'll probably be doing another one at some point, so I will definitely get to it if I happen to miss something this time. So while we're here, I wanted to say thank you to Gutcube again. They have done all the art for this channel. They're super awesome. You can see from the art. They've always been really nice to work with. If you like the art, you can go to their Fiverr, which will be linked in the description, and you can commission art from them there. They're really nice and easy to work with. If you need an icon or something, I would recommend them. You will also see a link to my Twitter down there. So if you want to follow me there, feel free. I'm going to try and post more. I've been posting a little bit more now. I just have to get used to it. I try to keep things kind of up to date there. Also, while you're down there, you might click the link for the straw poll. I thought this could be kind of fun. My first video, Southern Girlfriend, she'll be back, like I've got lots of plans for her. But the thing is, I never gave her a name. So if y'all want to help me name her, just click on that link and there will be several choices and just pick the one you like the best. So thank you again for 1,000 subscribers. I definitely couldn't do this without you, obviously. So thank you from the bottom of my heart. Love y'all and see you soon.